Talesfromjails, man, back at you. I got Dot back up here again, man. He wanna, rectify some things from the last time he was up here, man, and tell a little bit more about his time in the hole, man. I'm not even in the hole, but in prison. Excuse me, that was a misspeak. But what's up, Dot? What's going on, man? What's on your mind today?
I'm telling we about to break it down, being in solitary confinement and being in PC.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people want to know right now, like. Because I did federal time, as the people know, and people should know by now. If they don't know, you did state time, right?
Yeah, did state time, a little bit of county time.
I think both of them, they holes is different and they PCs is different, or they could be the same. But we gonna find out today. You go ahead and tell me how y'all carry it when a hole is in, when a dude goes and take PC, and PC means protective custody.
Like when you take PC upstate, you go to the same block as the hole. For real, but you're not in the cell with the people from the hood.
Okay, but
you'll be on the same unit and all that, but you will be in the cell with somebody else on PC. But you get the same privilege as somebody in the hood, though. No, but you get to go to the store too. You get to go commissary, like after the first 3 days.
Okay, that's PC.
Yeah, PC.
All right. Now, are they locking in like how people in the hood lock in?
Yeah, you locked in 23 and 1 just like us.
Okay,
on the weekends, you in the cell 24 and nothing.
Okay, so a lot of people they wanted to know that. They thought that PC was just basically like a unit that they pit all the guys that take protective custody, and then they over there, they're out all day long, and like how regular population is.
Oh no, you locked in just like us.
So basically, it's like you can say that PC is the whole for real.
It's 'cause they call it AC status.
AC status. That's what it's called in the state.
Yeah.
In the feds, it's called PC. So now over in the feds, I could say that it's damn near the same way, but they'll give them their own like range. If you get what I'm saying, own block. So whereas though they just got all PCs on this one tier. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we might be on downstairs, they upstairs. So they'll come out for they wreck. While they wrecking, they won't let us out because we're in the hole, but we still can't be around them because they're in PC. So they'll let them out for an hour, lock them back in, then they'll let us out for an hour.
Well, no, see, we all be out there in the yard together.
With the PC?
Yeah, with the PC.
Oh, so y'all be mingling with them when y'all out?
Yeah, like they go, like, it depends, like how many people go in the yard that day.
Oh, yeah, see, they don't let it, see, PC is like, it's to protect them. They can't be around dudes that can go to the yard and stuff like that. They're taking protective custody because they either told on somebody, they probably ran up a tab on a yard or something like that. That's why it is in the feds, like a dude will run up a gambling tab, and he can't pay, and he know niggas is ready to be on his butt. So at the end of the day, he like, man, he'll go to a lieutenant or a guard on the side and be like, yo, I got to get out of here, man. I done ran up a tab. Dudes is wanting to put that knife on me. You know what I'm saying? So they won't send him to the hole because he's going to the hole because that's where the PC is at. But they won't let him wreck. Like if he come out for wreck, he won't come out for wreck with me, whereas though I went to the hole for beating the nigga up.
Yeah, he'd come out for wreck, but he'd be in his own little cage.
All right.
Like, you know, like, we got our own little cages. Like.
Okay, all right. So basically I could say that it's damn near the same.
So who in the feds, y'all all come in the hole, y'all all come to one record?
No, they got cages too. Yeah. They got cages, but their cages is big. So they probably pit like 6 dudes in a cage.
Oh no, you only going in the cage with your cellie.
Just your cellie.
So that's you going to.
Oh yeah, so they'll probably take the first 3 cells and put them all in one cage together.
Oh no, they ain't going there.
You know what I'm saying? Then the next 3 cells, they put them all in one cage together.
You might luck up, like say if you in the cell by yourself and I'm in the cell by myself, yo, put us in the joint together. They might do that, but all of us not going to cell.
All right. So it's a little bit more. I could say they it's a little bit more strict over there in the state.
It's more strict.
See, but then it's at different jails though. It's different at different.
Every jail you're not doing that.
Okay, in the state, every.
I've been in the whole every jail I went to.
Okay.
And we all not going in this cell together for like 6 people.
And I was telling them on the last episode, like, because how they like to try to creep past, like when they call rec for it, sometimes the rec it all depends on what tier you on. So your rec might be at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. This tier might got rec at from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, dudes stay up all night in the hole. You know what I'm saying? So then a lot of guards, they, you know, if they walk past your cell and you're not up and letting them know that they can write you on a list that you
done for the day.
You did. So what the guards start doing is employing a plan to burn they wreck. And when I say employing a plan, meaning they come up with a scheme how to get over it and not have to, because you know that's work. They got to cuff you up, cuff your cellie up. He might not want to go to the wreck. You going to wreck. In the feds, I say I'm going to wreck. Okay, cool. They got to open your slot and cuff you up. You got to put your hands through the back of the slot, and then they'll cuff them up. Now, my cellie not going to wreck though, But he also has to get cuffed up. They don't open that door unless
he still got to get cuffed up, stripped out, and all that.
Exactly. So then when they take me out, and I'm outside waiting, I'm out in the hallway waiting for them to escort me to rec. He got to put his hands back out the door, then they uncuff him and all that, and then leave him about his day inside the cell. So that's what dudes probably do sometimes. Like when I was going to the hole, I might be like, yo, Sully, give me a little hour by myself. I might want to beat my dick or something like that. Like, cause you know, we down here, I'm horny as hell, whatever the case may be. I might want to cry over something like that, but I'm just keeping it real. So while he out in the rec yard for his little hour, I'm in there, I'm in the playground for my little hour. You know what I'm saying? He come back, I'm all exhausted, sweating. He tell me what was going on. I did me a couple burpees and shit like that while he was out there. Because I don't really want him in my business and shit like that. But you know how that joint go.
No,
you
real,
might want some peace to yourself. And you can't, we in here all day long.
And on weekends, 23 hours, you're not leaving that joint
24
not one
hours
time.
on the weekends.
Yeah, 24 hours, yeah.
So
unless you go to the law library. That's the only how you getting out. I put a sick call or something.
And that law library time, too, is crazy. Like, because you're supposed to get an hour in the law library, right? Yep. And then this is, oh, no, let me before, remind me to come back to that. Because I want to tell you about the ploy that they do of how they don't want to, you know, give dudes they wreck. So what they do is they could catch you and burn you in the morning time. Because, you know, dudes is up all night in the hole. Mm-hmm. You know, my bid was I go to sleep at 7 o'clock in the morning at the breakfast and I save all my trays up. So when I wake up, you know you ain't got no food down there. Yeah. So I wake up to a big meal. I woke up to lunch and dinner. I got them both combined. So I might get up at 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm up all the way to 7. So when they come around early in the morning, you know, they got to come past your door. And, you know, they got to announce loudly on the tier, yo, wreck up. Anybody going to wreck, come on the door. When I walk past, I'm going to put you on this list.
Well, they used to ring the bell like a little second.
And then they be walking past.
Next they come, he come zooming by you like, yo, I got one come off for wreck. I want to come for wreck. He keep it pushing. You wasn't on your door.
Yeah, drone.
You wasn't on your door.
But they walking past and people doors like wreck. But we got a dude for that. Like I explained on the last episode, one of the episodes I did before, we got a dude that stayed up all the time. And his job was to make sure that the men didn't get burned out of wreck. So while we sleeping and they coming through on that, he up. As soon as he's hear the little boom and they coming through talking about wreck, he might be in the back of the range. All you hear, he on the floor, laying on the floor underneath the door. Hey, get up, y'all. They walking past. They trying to burn us for wreck. No he over here whispering. So now jumping up on the door. Yo, we're wreck right here. We going to wreck. But I was just in there knocked out. If it wasn't for him, they'd have walked past my door because I'm
crazy
sleep.
Because my cellar used to get morning mess. They come do morning mess like 5:30, and they come around for wreck probably like 6:15.
Right after that.
Because they come on shift like 6 o'clock. They come around for 6:15.
Right.
I'm screaming on the door. Yo, everybody get up. Everybody turn the light on, getting wrecked.
Yeah, see,
they definitely burn you for sure.
Man, because like I said, that makes their job more. You know, it's not hard, I think, anyway. But they got to cuff up all these dudes, take them out the wreck, uncuff them, let them get their hour, then bring them all back to their cells, cuff them again, then uncuff. They thinking, damn, if they don't go to wreck, we got an easy day.
Yep.
So then they coming up with methods of how to burn us out our wreck. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool too. You know what I mean? I look at it like when we was in there, all right, it's the game. Yeah. You know, y'all got a plan, we got a plan. That's why we got a dude that stay up all night for you motherfuckers that want to creep past and act crazy like that. But what I wanted to tell you about the law library, right? The law library, they play games with that too, and they come up with a ploy to where though you don't want to sign up for law library again. And what they'll do is, you might be my seller. You might say, put me down on the list for a law library at 12 o'clock. They come back, they get you. 12 o'clock, take you there. You're supposed to be there at 1 o'clock then. You got 1 hour. You might be over there, the hour up, you might got your stuff together, you ready to go back to the cell because you in there, you locked in there. They got a little room. When you in the hole and you go to the law library, you're not out and about. No, you're cuffed and you're going to another like cell-like room. And they just got a computer. In the feds, they got a little computer on there. You can go in there, you put your ID, your inmate number, and then your case will pop up.
That's how the state does.
Okay, boom.
And they cuff you to the front, right?
They do?
They cuff us to the front.
Yeah, they cuff us to the front, yeah. They cuff us to the front. Sometimes they'll tell us they'll cuff us from the back, too. They'll tell you to turn around and stick your hands through the side.
Well, how you can cuff you back and how you can work the computer?
No. Or are you talking about, I'm talking about
once they put you in the room.
I'm
talking once they put you in the room.
Yeah, when they put you in the room, you stay cuffed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you work in the computer and all that. All right, boom. All right, and how they would have a method of to where though to make you not want to come to rec no more, they would make you not come to law library no more. They would leave you in there. You're supposed to come out of there at 1 o'clock because you went at 12. All right, boom. It's 1 o'clock. You on the gate. You bitch pressing the button or whatever because you want to get out there and go back to your cell. You get bored and corny. I want to lay down. I'm sitting in this hard chair. I've been sitting. I'm trying to go back to my cell and relax. They don't even come get him. They leave him in there for another hour. He in there. And
it's count time.
Yeah. So now he mad. He banging on the door. Yo, I'm done with rec, man. Take me back to my cell. Man, we'll be to get you. Man, we doing something. Man, somebody got a problem. We're doing something. You know, they agitating you. So now you done been in here about 2.5 hours just standing around in a room with just a computer. Ain't no bathroom in there either. Ain't no toilet, no nothing. So, you know, if you got to go to the bathroom, you just got to hold it till you get back. Okay, I had a homie that was my cellie down there, right? I'm going to tell y'all a story about my homie Sabor from West Virginia, man. Shout out to Sabor. I know you crazy as all out batch, but cool. Okay. He goes to rec one day. Me and him cellies, you know, on a weekend. They wake us, well, he come to the door. I like to lay in on the weekends. Plus, we in there laying in all day anyway. So, you know, I got to get up and cuff up because he got to cuff up to leave out to go to the law library. So he goes to the law library. I uncuff. I get him in there. I'm chilling. I got an hour to myself, so you know what I'm in there doing. He in there. Now, I could see when I go to my window, the law library is right across from my cell. So I see straight into the law library. I see whoever go to the law library, I can see in there and see who in there. I can see the computer. I see the little chair they got in there. I see all of it. All right. An hour go past. I hear him hollering down the range because you know dudes be hollering out the door all day. He like, CO, law library up. That's what dudes just say. Like if we go to, I'll get into that later on, but he like, CO, law library up. The CO just alerting the CO to know, all right, that's one that want to go back to their cell. All right, they doing a bunch of hoop high like they do with the rec. Leave him in there, extra hour. He get the calling me, hey black. Now mind you, this is his cell. He's cellies with me. I'm right, so I hear him easy. I go to the door. What's up, boy? He like, yo, hit the button, man, because you know you got the panic buttons in the room and all that.
We got them too.
You know what I'm saying? So he like, hit the button. I hit the button. I'm like, yo, my cellie trying to come back in the cell. We'll get to him when we ready. All right. Yo, man, they said that they'll get to you when they ready. I go back to the door, let him know. He like, oh, they playing? He like, I got shit. I'm like, yo, I told him everything that you said, man. He like, all right. I'm back to doing me. I'm in there running around. I know I got a couple more minutes by myself. I know it's ready to be up. So, you know, I go back to the door to see if they cuffing him up yet, because I know I got to come to the door to get cuffed up for him to come back in the cell. All right. I go to the door. They ain't come to his cell yet. I mean, to the room where the law library is at yet. I sees him taking off his jumper. You know, we wear orange in the hole in the feds. What y'all wear?
Yeah, we wear orange jumpsuits too.
Yeah, orange jumpsuit. So I see him taking off the orange jumpsuit. Boom, he taking it off. I'm like, damn, what you doing, Sabor? He like, man, I'm gonna show him today. I'm like, all right. Now I'm captivated. I'm at the door. I watch him. He throw the joint on the floor. He jumps up on the computer, the little table, the little ledge where they got the computer at. I'm like, what the hell? The man cocks over the keyboard and shits on the keyboard. I'm talking about and starts smearing it all in the buttons, all on the screen. You know, he comes to the glass, to the door. He mashing it all down the glass. I'm crying. I'm in the cell like, yo, Sabor, you tripping. He said, yeah, I bet you they won't leave me in here again. I'm crying. They come to the cell. Oh, my God, they at the joint. Because, you know, they could see it. They smell it. They got to open up the slot. They telling him to cuff up. He like, man, y'all played me too long. I told y'all I had to go take a and this and that. So I'm sitting there like, dang, that's crazy as hell. Like, my man. So now they finally get him cuffed up. You know, he ain't even put his jumper back on. They got him butt naked coming back to the cell. His shit all the way up his arms. All I'm looking. They tell him down. They telling me to cuff up. He's ready to come in here. No, I'm like, no. I'm like, so y'all got to go get him in the shower in one of these cells by themselves. He not coming in here like that. So the only way they gonna let him in is if I cuff up. If I don't cuff up, they not gonna open that door. So they like, Jackson, put your arms out the door. You can cuff up. I'm like, no. I'm not cuffing up. I'm not doing no cuffing up. You got to take him somewhere till he tighten up. So they take him to another cell, give him a whole another jumper, let him shower up. Then they bring him back to the cell. I'm crying. I'm getting my cuffs on, crying. I'm asking them through the door like, boy, why you like that over there? Man, what you do? He was like, they was playing with me. They won't play with me no more. You know what I'm saying? So it be a lot of wild stuff going on in them holes, man. In the hole, because you got the mentality like, I'm already in the hole. So why? Right. I don't care. Like, this is the worst y'all could do to me, is send me to the hole. So when we outside the hole, you know, we be on our good behavior because, you know, with little freedom that we got by being in population, y'all could go to the rec yard. I could go to the law library on my own and sit how I want. I would want to sit. I could sit on a unit, watch TV. You know, in the hole, you don't get none of that. So now when you in the hole, I don't have nothing to stop me from acting out of character to the police because I'm already in the hole.
Right. They like, fuck it.
So you got sitting in VO5 bottles for 2 days straight, put a little pee in there, a little toothpaste, a little whatever, and they make them a nice little cocktail. Yeah, man, this is for the police to act crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They punishing them down there. That hole is a different type of aspect, man. Like
I was in the hole with some boy named Nonstop from New York. When I see this nigga shit on command,
I'm talking about he just making something.
He can just shit and throw it on you. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
That was the most crazy shit I seen. He really just shit in. He was in the yard in the hole. He talking to the boy. He got the boy to the gate. Boy talking to him. He put his hand in his joint straight shit and threw him. I'm like, they just throw shit.
Like that be traumatizing to them COs, man. I seen a woman.
Listen, when they see these, they like, oh shit. They like put your
they'll punish you too, though. I seen somebody try to shit on the CO, throw some shit on the CO over CFCF in the hole one time. They ain't playing with you over CFCF.
Not at all.
They catching him. I'm talking about the next time I seen Bull, he was speaking a different language. I was like, damn, I thought you was black. He like, I was like, damn. That was from the ass whooping that they gave me.
Right.
It was an alarming ass whooping.
And they coming 5, 6 deep beat the shit out you.
Man, and you might catch more than just that beating. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about on different shifts. His cousin that came in, because you know a lot of them guards be family members at them jails. It'd be a whole generational family in there. You got the uncle, the aunt, the mom, the dad, the grandpa. Like they passed that, like they have kids and did, you know, because they be having these jails in like little communities, like hick towns. Mm-hmm. And then that gives them a job. Or like everybody, if this jail wasn't in this little hick town, they'd be unemployed. Yeah, for real. Like they really would be unemployed. These people got it. And then, you know, it's going to hire a lot of people. A jail will hold, what, 1,800 people? You know what I'm saying? Do you have jail to hold more?
I don't even think they got to go through an interview, for real.
But I think a lot of them need to start going through interviews. I'm talking about mental interviews.
They burnt
because
out.
Some of them just because you never got arrested or got a criminal record don't mean you ain't out your mind.
They worked the firm their whole life. Then they come and try to look over us.
Exactly. I couldn't say it better, cuz. You don't work. These little hick towns I'm talking about, they're out here plowing soil, you know, to plant, you know, vegetation and stuff like that. And this is all they know. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're hardworking, blue-collar people. There's nothing wrong with that. But then they bring an institution that build in their little community. They're giving them top-notch jobs. Yeah. So you got a former in here as a CO. Yeah. And then a lot of these hick towns, y'all, man, a lot of white people was seeing black people for the first time in their lives outside of TV, man.
Oh, I swear, it was this girl, she worked my unit, still lead. She ain't even know who LeBron James was. I couldn't believe it.
And she was not telling the lie, man. They don't even watch anything to do with.
I said, what? You don't know who LeBron James is? Matter of fact, Kobe died. She ain't know who Kobe was either. That's when Kobe died right before COVID.
Yeah.
And that plane crash.
Exactly.
Everybody sitting there watching it. Everybody coming from the yard. We were looking at on CNN. Kobe just died. She didn't know who Kobe was. Man, I couldn't believe it, bro.
They don't be a lot of like I said. A lot of these jails be in little hick parts of the country, like especially in Pennsylvania. We got nothing but like once you get outside the big cities, yeah, like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia and Coatesville and Chester,
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Once you get outside of that, yeah, it's all rural areas. You know what I'm saying? And these people like when you talk about Amish people like that, they ain't seen no black person in real life. And I'm talking about they be older, 45, 50, and ain't seen a black man. So now when they come upon one, it's like, wow, they really are beings. For real. Like this, like we were living in a world where, you know, it get really, and then you find out a lot of this stuff, like a lot of people that never been incarcerated could never know what we talking about. So that's why we here telling y'all. Again, we're not promoting jail, we're promoting don't go to jail. I'm telling you everything about it so you ain't got to do it. But a lot of these people, you know, and they're not wrong. They just don't know. When you don't know, you're just, I can't even say you're ignorant. You just don't know.
You just don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, stay out that hole, man. I mean, if you go to jail, man, stay out that hole, man. But I wanted to ask you, Doc, like, upstate, man, on them visits. Like, how was y'all visits? Like, how many hours y'all get on the visit?
Like, it depends, like, what time you go out there. Visits start from 9 to 3. But,
all right, so
say if I go out there at 9 o'clock and the visit gets too full, they can terminate my visit. Long as I
'Cause
get,
you was out
long
there
as I get
first.
past 3 hours.
Okay, they do the same thing
Yeah.
in the feds. Same exact
Yep.
thing in the feds.
Yep.
Yeah, if you
That's how you do it.
But the visits really like see, you know, we
No,
be
but
so
if you
far
come
off.
with the prison van, prison society, you know they come like 8:30, and that'd be like on Mondays, like the first Monday of the month. You get to stay out the whole visit.
Oh, so because they know this is a van.
Yeah, it's a van, prison van.
Service and
Yep.
all that. Like they can't send you.
Yeah,
You
you
ain't like
can't
you
just-
pulled up in your own car.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same way. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't like them long visits. I don't like sitting out there 5,
I like
6
the long
hours.
visits.
You do? My
Yeah.
ass be sweating and like that on that plastic chair. I get up, I see a little wet streak. I'm like, damn, I know I washed up, but that's sweat from my ass constantly sitting in this chair all day long. Then these plastic chairs we sitting in. Then my family, they sitting across from me in a plastic chair, and I see her keep like.
They don't let y'all sit next to each other?
No, they stopped that.
Oh no, the state we get to sit next to.
Yeah, you can't. They used to do that when I first came into the feds, but not no more. You got, and then they put like a table in front of y'all. Like you can't eat from your visit food.
Oh no, they drawn in the feds.
Yeah, because swallowing the balloons like Yoshi's in the feds, and I'm quite sure they doing it in the state, but they try to do everything to come up with ways of, a chick might get her little Pepsi and spit like 5 balloons in there. You know what I'm saying? You know that's a dark butter, but she probably spit 5 black balloons in there. So it's blending in with the Pepsi. And then you already got the blue label, so it's hard for you really to identify something other than the color of the, you know what I'm saying? If you got black balloons, it's looking good. It's camouflage. Yeah. And then he done picked up his girl drink. Now you do that, you getting speedball out that joint. They got one person that'll sit there and watch you eat. I'm talking about everybody. You can't go in her open bag. Only thing you can get stuff that is closed. And once you open it, that is yours. Your visit can't eat from it. Only you can eat from it. Like they carry that joint on some strict stuff. So the visit, it'd be like, the first time I might be cool with the 6 hours. But then the next time I'll be like, man, we gonna do a little deuce out here today. I'm gonna go ahead and let you get up out of here early. And that's when you call being considerate too, for real. Cause you coming from the street, I just put myself in their shoes. I done took 9-hour ride up here, or wherever it is, that a couple hours or whatever, especially if it's a couple hours, and then I gotta sit here for 6 more. I be running out of stuff to say, bro. You ain't never get right. It be just quiet for like 20 minutes. What?
I'm out there.
Oh yeah, see,
because I'm tired of being around them boys, man. I'm burnt out being around them boys.
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna figure something. We gonna play a board game.
Oh,
or
they
something.
let y'all
Yeah,
do that
we do
too.
that. We got board games, cards. And
Let you
stuff
play
like
with your
that,
family.
yeah.
They did have a little.
Then they be having like a little yard and all that.
They did have like a
picnic.
little playpen for the kids
Yeah.
if you brought up kids and stuff like that. Because they be really tripping about your kid running around unruly.
That's the move. Go in the kid room.
No, they letting the kids in there, not us.
Oh, they don't let y'all in there?
No.
Oh, that's nutty. I ain't know.
Might not never do nothing like that.
That's the move.
We be in the kid room making more kids. Listen, man, listen.
No, but it's like a little camera in that joint.
I'm bucking the camera. You got to come get me. If you ain't right there, eyes on land, no. And I'm just in there and camera, man, listen, you ain't watching that camera 24/7. You gonna look double back and catch it, but it's too late. I'm away with it now. But yeah, man, that
Speedballing you right to the hood.
yeah, yeah. That visit life, man. After a while, man, after like 10 years in my bid, when I got to like 10, 11, 12 years in, the visit for me was like, I had to have a new visit from somebody. That's the only way I'd be like up for it. Like if I met, like say me and you in there, you be like, yo, my girl got a cousin. You want it? Because that go on a lot.
They're going a lot.
I'm talking about, how dudes be in there, they be lonely. They been in here 10, 15 years. People done ran off. You know how it is. You come through, you fresh in. When you fresh in, your first 2 to 3 years, you big commissary on a bean every week. You got all the sweat sneaks. But if you got time, if you got like 15 years to do, that 3 years, man, take advantage of that first 3 years, man, because if you got to think about it. If you got family and friends that's looking out for you, even if you got dudes out there hustling that's looking out for you, let's just do the math on some real fast, cuz. Motherfuckers be out here paying bills and got kids. It's going to come a time where shit get crunchy for him or her. And now you a bill too. You don't know, we are bills in there.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
constantly calling home every month talking about that, you got that bean?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So you got to, especially if I love you and you my family, so now I got to make you a priority. It's going to come times where I can't pay this bill this month. And that bill is called the black bill, me. You know what I'm saying? And so now I got to go without some soups and shit.
Hey,
So
listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jails. But I want to put y'all on something. I want to tell y'all about this company. It's called PA Cleaning Company. They are currently offering right now, you get your whole house clean all the carpets in your house. They'll do the full house, all the carpets for $199. You can't beat that. Tell them that Talesfromjails sent you. 267-838-6309. 267-838-6309. You can also follow them on Instagram at PA Cleaning 2930. Tell them that Tawfiq sent you. It's Talesfromjails. Get it done for $199, the whole house. $199. Call today. It's 267-838-6309. PA Cleaning Company at PA Cleaning Company 2930.
So in jails, like when I start realizing it, like when I start seeing it, the first thing I buy and get loaded up on is cosmetics.
Cosmetics, yeah, you
I'm talking about I got 50 soaps, 19 lotions, 22 deodorants. I could open a store and start selling it. I'm real big on cosmetics. So you gotta wash your ass every day. You gotta eat too, but it's a must you wash your ass every day.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then another thing,
you gotta get your hygiene in your soups. You always can crack a soup open.
let me ask you this too. This is something that the fans wanted to know about. Do y'all get locked down a lot? Like me, because in the feds, if something happened, like say you from DC and I'm from Philly, and me and you start rumbling on the yard, but they locked us up. They're locked down in jail for like a day just to make sure that Philly and DC don't get
Yeah, they might do stuff like that. Like say like Philly bulls start fighting the Bloods, they might lock people down, start grabbing them, taking them to security and all, start questioning them and stuff like that.
And then after everything is, they
Yeah,
deem
they open it
everything
back up.
cool, they open it back. Okay, boom.
They open it back up.
Okay, we got a saying called, well, not a saying, but we got a thing that everybody do when you're in the feds. You got to have the lock-in bag. Every time you go to the store, you got to spend $5 for a lock-in bag, because when we lock down, when jail's locked down, you don't get the regular hot meal. You don't go to lunch, breakfast, and dinner. You don't get that. We don't get hot food. You get they give you little cold boxes, cold ass lunch meat, big fat lunch meat. I'm talking about this like from, I don't know where they got this lunch meat from. You know what I'm saying? And you get this breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But no, they don't do that to us in the state.
Oh, they don't?
No.
So we call it a lockdown bag. So we get the bag. So I might got a big bag. I might got 10 beef logs, 10 macs, 25 soups, couple. I don't never go in this bag, ever. That bag is only for if they lock the jail down, because we might be locked down 2-3 weeks. I'm not. You know how many times I've been locked down in the jail?
Ooh. So you locked down for 2-3 weeks, and they gonna bring you that sandwich every day?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
Yes. Every day. Now, after probably like, they supposed to give you a hot meal after 72 hours. They buck that shit. They don't be listening to that. You know, but you be locked down and that's all they giving you. That's all they giving you. Every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These little square things. And I'm talking about, man, a kid won't even eat that, man. So if you ain't got no commissary in there, man, it's a messed up feeling. Like, you be telling dudes like, yo, man, crunch up a soup, man. I'm going to fish down the hallway to get that joint from you, man. I'm hungry as hell down here. I ain't got no food. Like when I do got commissary and we lock down, it be so many. I have a pile high of them little Lunchables they keep bringing us every day, all day. So soon they'll come around every day. Trash calls to like open up our slots, you know, to take the trash out. Or like to throw the trash out ourselves. Because, you know, when you locked in, you accumulate a lot of trash in there because of stuff that they bringing you to eat all day long. Throwing stuff out. I might ask the guard, yo, can you fill this up with hot water? Because, you know, we got the hot water tanks on the block. That's what y'all got. Because we had microwaves
No,
at one time.
we be making like stingers and all that.
Yeah, we do too. For the guys that got stinger, I love getting locked in when I got a stinger and a locker full of food. Locker full of food and a stinger. Oh, and a TV shot. See, y'all can buy TVs.
We get to buy TVs like
See
tablets.
We can buy tablets too. We buy, but it only play music.
Yeah, we can buy our tablets got on music, games, and books.
Yeah, I see the feds, man. They keep our tablets just got music and games. Music and games. That's it. But I love to get locked down. When I was in there, I had to have a lot. I'll be on the rec yard. Institution lockdown. That's how they announced it. Institution lockdown. Institution. Woo. Everybody got to go back to the units and all that. You know you're going in, and when they do this, you're going to be in there for over 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, our jump like 72 hours. Emergency lockdown.
Okay, all right. So boom, I love to have a locker full of food doing them Jones, man. I be in there with a good book or two. I be needing a little break because I'm be all the way
for real.
up.
You definitely do. Be like, damn, let me chill.
Yeah, but go ahead, lay up, man. You know what I'm saying? The only part that got me twisted is by when we on them lockdowns, and I gotta take a shit, I'm telling my silly like, yo, go ahead, put the sign up. And the sign, I explained to y'all before, the real sign is when you put it up over your door and shut your door, you got a little privacy for yourself. And then the sign, when you locked in with your celly is like he might be on the top bunk, I'm on the bottom bunk. I'll let him get on my bunk and I'll throw a sheet up around the whole bunk. So now it's like he's covered behind just this sheet. So all I gotta do is pull the sheet down and I can see him. Yeah. But this is so now I'm and he right there talking to me. He might be like, yo, such and such. I'm like, yo, I don't want to talk to him. I'm done, man. You tripping. But when it's his turn, I'm in there smelling shit constantly. I'm like,
oh, you got courtesy flush, bro. You got
tell him what a courtesy flush is, because
every time you drop a little, you got to flush the toilet.
Yo, I don't know how. Like, you know, the toilets out here now don't do that. You can't keep flushing.
No, they don't.
That messes with me, man.
Every 10 seconds you got to keep.
You got to wait till the commode fill back up and all that. The back of it. See, in jail, they got, man, I could cut a human being up and get him out of here. If I could break everything down to go down that little hole, it's like still iron toilets. These ain't porcelain toilets. These are still cast iron toilets. And I could hold the button to the flush, and it'll keep flushing. Woo, just stop, non-stop.
They flushing wool blankets.
Yeah.
Wool blankets going to that toilet.
Imagine a wool blanket. I'm talking about a wool blanket. You can line it up easy and flush the whole thing down the system. They got immaculate septic system.
No, Greg forgot the worst toilet. If you next door to me and you shit in the toilet, it can come in my cell. I woke up one morning, I threw my celly and flushed the toilet. I was about to snap on it.
Yeah, cause that's a no go.
You wake up in the morning, you like, what the f is all this shit in the toilet?
And the shit then flushed up on your jump.
That joint
I had a
horrible.
couple. That's something that they gotta fix though.
Yeah, they gotta fix.
That's a minor fix. Like they gotta go behind the walls and fix that because it's back. But I have seen that. I have seen, boom, my celly, not my celly, my man, he would get the from this cell and that cell. And then it be popping up like boom, 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 boom. Real live, soft, gooey doo-doo. And I'm like, oh, man, this is crazy as hell, man.
You get up, waking up in the morning, about to make voodoo, brushing your teeth, you looking at all this shit. It's horrible.
Yeah, man. Like, but please, man, please. I'm telling y'all, me and my cuz up here telling y'all about this, man, where y'all can, and we're trying to paint it as vivid as possible. As much as possible where you can see it, where you ain't even got to go do it. We done been doing this, man, and we don't want to go back, man. I wanted to talk about when you got a friend, right? When you got a friend and come to find out that the friend might want to get some ass or he done told on somebody. Do you just cut him right off?
Yeah, I gotta cut you off, bro.
You got to?
I gotta cut
because
you
you
off,
want
bro.
to or because it's like the way somebody will look at you. Could you be friends with a homosexual? Like your man went rogue and like, man, yo, I got a life, man.
You can't be my friend, bro. You can't be my friend, bro.
Like say being like me and you in
I'm
there.
cutting you off, Black.
All the way off, like you won't
off,
speak to me or nothing.
I'm
not trying to be homosexual.
I might see you on the walk. Like, I'm serious. What's up? That's it. We not spinning the track, kicking it, none of that.
Nah, yeah, you right about that. I'm not going as far as in spinning, but I'm gonna stop and still, yo, what's up? Like I got a homie out here, Catter. Everybody know who can know Catter, whatever they say. But at the end of the day, when I see Catter, he'll be like, yo, what's up, man? I still respect him as a man. Yo, shake his hand, yeah, man, give him a little dap, what's up? I'm not one of them homophobic boys until you invite me to a dick suck or something like that. Now that's when it's all types of lefts and hooks and jabs and feet and stuff like that. But other than that, I can't be mad at where a man want to put his genitals at. If that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna cut. And I'm not mad at you. You're not wrong for having that approach with that. You're not.
Know.
You know. He said, "I know." He said, "I know." But I just couldn't understand how a person would. I could be friend of rat.
And I don't got nothing against who on freaks and all that.
No.
I'm not gonna say freaks.
Homosexuals.
Homosexuals. I don't got nothing against your.
I could be friend a homosexual better than I can a rat.
Yeah, some people be doing that.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, homosexuals damn near run to jail, man. Like, we got them faggots that be on the yard, man. They got all the pool. They be working there, running the edge.
They do.
I'm talking about got all the listen to me, man. The guards, you see this the next day with lipstick. Where you get lipstick?
And if they say they want that grievance, they be scared to death when a homosexual asks for a grievance. Oh no, what's going on? No.
Yeah, man. I just. Like I said, man, I told the story about Shakur and D-Block and all of them, and I said that, Shakur was my friend and stuff like that, and he was, man. I'm not going to sit up here and lie, but his sexual preference was, the same sex. And, he never made a pass at me, and he know I ain't with none of that, but I couldn't never cut him off, if you get what I'm saying. I couldn't never cut him off. Let me ask you this, right? I got a story to say, right? Because I'm quite sure, you my blood, you just the same way I am. you don't deal with informants or rats, right? We had a situation at one of the jails, man, and it was a tough situation, man. It was crazy, man. Little young boy, come on, I want you to give me your play on. And, you know, the protocol is if you come to the jail and you told on somebody, you go to the hole. We sending you to the hole, you got to get out of here. You know, they can transfer you to another institution. Okay. This one instant, young boy come to the yard, thorough young boy. Paperwork was good. I'm talking about we check it all out. We in the computer on him, paperwork, they gave him like 15 years for like a Hobbs Act or something like that. Okay. While he was in FDC, before he got FDC is federal detention center, you know, before you get
Downtown,
to your jail.
right?
Yeah, 7th Arch. He comes in, he's down there. While he's down there, an old head come from upstate. Old head got 3 life sentences. Now, mind you, they're still pitting them around us, dudes with that type of time and all that. Like, because when you're down FDC, you're basically not sentenced yet. You're pre-trial. You're waiting to go to trial or cop out or whatever. Now, you got some dudes down there that's coming back down on writ. But this is all about court stuff. Okay, that's why you're down there. Okay, young boy, he down there. So old head, he coming from the state. There's one of the state penitentiaries. He got 3 life sentences in the state. He got caught with some heroin and stuff in the jail where he was at. They gave him a federal charge. So they bring him to, you know, down to the FDC to get his, you know, arraignment, whatever the case may be. But they sent him to the hole. He up in the hole with the young boy. Old head, like, he been in like 26 years, ripped up like a bag of dope. You know what I'm saying? All he do is work out all day long. That's his whole thing. You know how them do, like, you know how them dudes that been in 30, 40 years, man, be in tip-top shape, man.
Work out hours straight.
I'm talking
hours
about
on
all
hours.
day. Like, I'm talking about the Navy SEALs couldn't get in these dudes' business. But, okay, old head in there with him for a couple of days. They eating, you know how Muslims pee. You know how Muslims pee? You know, we'll sit down, like, you know how you sit down on the toilet when you're using the bathroom. You'll sit down regular. If you're taking a smash, you sit down. But, you know, some dudes, Muslims, when we pee, we get closer to the water because, you know, it's nudges. We don't want nudges on us. That's what the proper word is. Nudges is bodily waste. So we'll get close. We're not supposed to piss on still water because by you pissing on still water means water that's not moving. That can cause, you know, trinkles to come back up to your garments. So you'll either flush the toilet and piss or dudes will squat down at the toilet. They'll either straddle it the other way, the opposite way you sit when you're taking a smash, or put one knee on the ground and just hang your dick in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is how, you know, a lot of Muslims in jail pee. So, you know, the young boy been peeing around him, whatever, old head. And you know when the old head's burnt out. You know when you meet a been there a long time, he don't want no bottom bump. He constantly up on it. Like, you know when you meet a burnt out, you know when you come across, oh, this cookies is cooked. And when I say cookies, that's his brain. Old head been paying attention to him, whatever. A couple days go past. Young boy, like I said, young boy get up early in the morning. Hit young boy on the bottom bump. Young boy, you know, you usually keep they in the hole. You usually keep the lights out until about 10, 11 o'clock. And then we can't turn our lights on and off. I see the CO walking past. CO, hit my light for me. Because the light switch is on the outside of the cell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they in there in the dark. Old head been laying on him for 3 days just checking him out. Young boy down there one morning, he got his knee on the ground, he's squatting down, he pissing in the toilet. Old head pops up out of the bed, he ass naked already. Pit young boy right out. I'm talking about he kept him in there for about 12 hours, man. He was fracturing his face and his skull because he was banging his head off the toilet. Listen, he laid him in the bed during camp. When they come past and count, you know, at certain camps that you ain't got, because we got to stand in camp too in the hole. Like when you in the hole, they be like, stand up. But like, man, because I'm already in the hole. Yeah. I ain't standing up. Give me a right up. I ain't standing up. I'm in the hole. I ain't got nothing to look forward to. So, you know, he wrapped him up in the bed as far as and like put the covers over him. He went unconscious 3 to 4 times. He didn't pick young boy out. Now this is we finding all this out now because this is something new as far as with him because he didn't tell on his case. All right. He raped young boy. He raped young boy for that whole 9 hours. Old head. They didn't say they found large amounts of semen in him. They checked him to see if he had HIV, any STDs. He got all the paperwork on him. You know what I'm saying? Like. His ass was ripped to where as though they had to show him back up. Listen, old head was so wild that when he was leaving and going back upstate, because they come get you for writ early in the morning, the young boy said he was like, yeah, boy, boy, you fat niggas, boy, y'all got some tight ass little butts, man. Y'all down here, boy. Oh my God, I can't wait to get back upstate to tell a nigga about y'all fat boys, man. Y'all down here so tight and so fresh. Old head don't care. He got 3 life sentences.
Shut up.
Old head burnt out, so now he tells on old head. tells on him. He's like, yeah, he did that to me, whatever. You know, he filed a report. He come to court on him and all that. Old head don't care about that case. Old head like, man, I got me some fresh butt. I don't care about that little 5-6 years that y'all ready to convict me to. I got 3 L's. So when we find out, we find out, he like, I'm like, damn, young boy, why you ain't tell us about this? He like, man, he's like, I ain't think it was gonna come up. Young boy, keeping it real. He's like, I ain't think it was gonna come up. I ain't think it, you know what I mean, because I ain't telling my regular case. So I ain't think nobody was gonna find out about that. You know, his homies is like, yeah, he gotta get off the yard. He gotta go up top. But I'm like, damn, I'm sympathetic with him. He did tell though. He told on old head. He crying in front of me. He like, yo, man. He like, man, I ain't gonna never see that again, man. I ain't never see that again. How I'm gonna get my get back? I'm like, yeah, but that's the same way, like, you standing on business, you on street time. It's the same way, like, if you in a car with your mom and a nigga at you but shot your mom, you ain't gonna tell on him. This is what I'm like, I mean, I understand this is something that's traumatizing for you. You know, a man has entered you, and you probably don't feel manly no more. And I get it. But I'm
that's
like,
a crazy situation, bro.
But I told him, I said, damn, I felt, when the homies was taking him, like, walking him up to go to the lieutenant office to tell him, I'm like, damn, man, old head did beam, old head. But I stand on principle, like, you did tell. But I'm like if I'd have found that out by myself, man, I ain't even gonna lie, man, I wouldn't even told the homies, man. I'd have been like, yo, don't tell nobody about that joint, bro, because they gonna want to check you in because you told. But I understand why you told. I'll be grinding him up every day, like, yo, you out of pocket for telling on him, though. You out of pocket for, you know, assisting with law officials to get this man convicted. But I understand why you did it. Man, the young boy was crying. He's like, man, what I was supposed to do, I ain't gonna, he like 26 years old. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, man. He's like, I'm never gonna see that man again. That man came to me over and over and over again. I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, well, Ryan and them waiting to walk you up to the lieutenant office, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that joint was crazy, man. I'm like,
that's a crazy situation.
So my thing would be, like, how would you, and if this was your young boy, like, how would you take him after you found all that out? Like, say a year go past on the yard, and then all of a sudden you find that out about him. He ain't telling this case, but would you be done with him? He got to go?
Yeah, he got to go. Yo, it's crazy. I got a situation, right? When I got booked as a juvenile, like, my best friend told me I had the paperwork. But that was my friend. I'm like, that's not my friend.
Yeah.
Then he started getting goofy. I'm like, no, I'm putting the paperwork out there. But I was nutty, though, at first. I ain't gonna lie, I was nutty at first. I'm like, no, this is my friend.
But it don't make you nutty because you didn't tell. You just forgave him. That don't make you nutty. You forgave him and you did it in privacy because you know if you'd have forgave him out in public, that public eye still would have been like, he's still a rat. Yeah. You forgave him, but we ain't messing with him. You know what I'm saying? Rat is frowned upon, man. Well, basically not these days. You know, I come home, man, and a lot of dudes is getting the money is. But I don't know, man. But, you know, I'm glad I'm not into that lifestyle no more. So I don't even, because even me now, I might, you know, if I know a dude told or something, I'm not telling him no personal business. I'm not out here breaking no law or nothing like that. But, you know, I correspond with him, but I don't know if I probably do business with a rat, a known rat. A known rat. But what if I do? Is that out of pocket?
You out of pocket because now you putting yourself in jeopardy with jail.
No, how?
Because you're doing business with him.
No, I'm talking about business as far as, like, say he got a Burger King and I'm buying into his investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know you putting money in the red pocket.
But yeah.
Can't be doing
and I know he told. And I know he told. Like,
you can't be doing
and I'm just like, man, that's my mama. I ain't telling. But a lot of these dudes say he ain't telling me. What the hell?
That's the boys you gotta stay away from when they do that.
Even the dude that say that.
Yeah. Why are you saying stuff like that?
Yeah, I agree with that. But these is questions that I'll be asking myself sometimes, man. When it comes to that jailhouse stuff, man, it's a lot of rules that people don't understand. Like, again, like we have a debate about what a rat is, right? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you and see. And I'm gonna ask you it raw, because I want your honest answer. Your aunt, my aunt, your aunt. She's a law-abiding citizen, right? We talking about Rosetta.
Okay.
Don't break no law. You know what I'm saying? As far as we know anyway, she older lady.
Yes. She's
coming from a doctor appointment one day, but she's by herself. Niggas rob her and beat her with a gun. But they catch the niggas right there in the street that they do it. And Rosetta say, yeah, that was them that did that to me. Is she a rat?
Oh, she ain't a rat. And I'm getting on your ass about that.
We know you doing that. Now, he said, no, she ain't on, and I'm getting on your ass about that. Because I'm right there with you. We both coming together, yeah. But is she a rat?
No, she ain't a rat.
Tell them why you say she ain't a rat.
She a law abiding.
Exactly.
Why is you hurting innocent people? You can't
Exactly.
hurt innocent
See,
people.
there's a difference, people, about rats.
For sure.
A rat is a person. What's a rat to you? What is a rat?
A rat, you in the streets and we committing crime and we go to jail and you tell on me.
Exactly. A dishonorable, selfish. A rat is selfish. Very selfish, because you was out here committing this crime. It was all cool when we was getting this money and we was busting these guns at these dudes, and we was going on trips, we was hitting all the chicks. But going to jail is the flip side of the coin.
It be so fun in games when we dissing them in the raps and we smoking them, then they come grab us.
And then you talking about it was just black.
Yeah.
No, see, I love how you put that, because a lot of people don't understand the definition of rat. They just think if you tell you a rat, period.
But
No, there is. The people that's law-abiding citizens, they pay tax dollars every year, and the tax dollars pay the police officers. This who their protectors are, unless they got family members such as my aunt do. You know what I'm saying? That's coming, behind the police. And I ain't talking about to tell on you, to get on your ass. But and a lot of people don't have a lot of male younger figures in their family. It might be just an old lady by herself, and she witnessed some stuff, and she told them she is a law-abiding citizen. She is not a rat, in my point of view. My cousin said the same thing. If you sit there and think that lady, like let's say a lady that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, dude sitting on her porch all day long selling dope, she come out 2-3 times, can y'all move down there, please? I don't like this on my property. She might be a Christian, a Muslim, whatever it may be. They don't do it. She called the cops. Yeah, they out here on my porch selling dope. Is she a rat?
No, she ain't a rat.
She not no rat. Like, tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. Like, she's not no rat. How could she be a rat? I know a lot of y'all gonna say she called the police. She got someone apprehended. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. There is no there's no gray area in there. But at the end of the day, was she partaking in selling dope? Now, I can see if they selling dope on the steps of a crib they're selling dope out of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you called the cops on me where I could move, where you could continue to sell your dope freely without the competition of me being there. You are a goddamn rat.
You're right.
And that's just it. But if you on this porch, man, these people going back and forth to work and church, and they law-abiding citizens, and and they even if they didn't ask you, they straight called the police on you to get off their property. They not rats, man. We gotta get it together, y'all. We got to understand these words. We got to understand what we're talking about. Like when we placing that name on that name right there, the rat, faggot, and I say faggot as far as because I don't disrespect homosexuals. No. That's what the people say. They use it as the derogatory name. Faggot. All right, cool. That's a bad name to have. Very bad name to have. Like I said, I don't have no problem with the homosexual. I don't have a problem with it. I don't do that type of activity. But if somebody was doing it, you'll have to do it over there, but I still respect you as a man. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, Doc, man, I want to go back a little bit, man, and take it back, man, to Juvenile facility.
Uh-huh.
I want to talk to him a little bit about Juvenile facility because I've been to a bunch of them, and you have staff it's really COs but staff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't work in a prison. You know what I mean? But it's Juvenile's prison though. Juvenile facilities is prison, but it's just on a lower level of prison, level. Right? Because you don't have bars and stuff like that.
Oh, someone got bars now. You can't escape from them joint. That joint gates all the way around.
Juvenile facilities?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so then
you can't just walk off and go to the street like.
Oh yeah, see the joints that I went to, you could walk off. Like, I was at Glen Mills, Slayton Farms. You could get on your bike and get the truck of damn trails.
That's how it was when I was at Georgia. I went to Georgia and St. Gabe's before.
Oh, I was at St. Gabe's CBDS.
Yeah, I went to St. Gabe's on CBDS and I was in the Mitchell program.
So do you think juvenile bidding is way different from adult bidding?
That's way different.
Yeah, we was getting home passes and everything. They was sending us
home
every other week for the weekend.
We getting all types of packages.
So do you think juvenile facility, like if you go get 2-3 juvenile bids, is the punishment make you be like? Because I know if I go to jail now, I'm scared to death. I ain't trying to go to jail. I know jail scared me for real. This real jail, adult jail. But I don't think juvenile jail scared me. Did it scare you?
No, it ain't scared me. I went to jail 2 months later.
Yeah.
Like it's like juvenile was super like
super sweet.
You and they were everybody from around the way.
Yeah.
You feel?
Yeah.
And every time you ain't know people like say when you go to juvenile, the same people be upstate.
Yeah.
You gonna be like, yo, that's my man from Pittsburgh. We was in the juvenile joint together.
Yep.
Be the same people.
It's just a revolving door.
Revolving door.
You going in, coming right back out, until you break the chain, the cycle, until you get fed up. And I
think they wait easy on juveniles now though, than when we was coming up.
You think so?
What?
But can you still get certified?
You gotta do some wild stuff to get certified.
Tell them where you got your job at, cuz.
I got a job at the youth study center.
And so this is why you can speak on it.
Yeah,
because you're not speaking on it because you've been there. You've been there too, but now you actually work in this field. Like, tell them how you carry it, like all the young boys loving you in there, because you really a fly dude. Yeah. I'm happy as hell you my cousin. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. I'm like, I know you go in and it's like, oh man, Dot here today. We could go ahead and cut up a little bit.
No, you ain't cutting though. You ain't cutting.
Oh, you don't let them cut up?
No, we chilling. I'm giving you game and all.
What if you walk past a young boy rumbling?
No, we gotta break up the fight. We first reporters. We can't be doing that, letting them fight.
All right, so
because now you fight, now you take it to the streets.
Yeah.
Now you take it to the streets.
Do you try to school them though?
Y'all school them all day long.
Do they love your energy? Like, are they easy to talk to? Because now they ain't under the influence of drugs now. And
some of them is.
Well, but not like they would be if they was on the street.
Yeah.
Because they might, it's just like jail. You getting it in, you sliding in through a visit, however you getting it in. But it's not in abundance. Yeah. You might got weed for 2 days and go on a 6-day, dry spell. Mm-hmm. So, you're not getting it like that. But do these juveniles, do you think you can reach them?
You gotta be reaching.
It's but not only from your job,
and I show them that you don't gotta go out there and sell drugs. Look how I be coming in there.
Fly.
I got all the new jurors. You don't gotta go sell drugs. I work at 9 to 5.
And trips everything. Anyway, you doing better than the sitting on the corner all day long.
For sure.
He coming in with a Bean 80 on his pocket, and he out there 15 hours.
That's what I tell him every time. You don't gotta sit out there in the corner. You don't gotta go to jail to be cool.
You ever ran into some nutty young boys though that just don't get it? And you be like, yeah. Either he gonna end up dead or he going to penitentiary.
There'll be a lot of them. Then they call me when they get on state road. Yo, Dad, let me get $50. I said, you should have listened to me, but I'm still gonna give you the little cash. Yeah. Cause I know how it is in there. Yeah. I just was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just want, man, like I said, man, we do this for the youth, man, because we was young going in there, man. We old in there, not 40s plus, man.
My first placement, I was 13.
13 years old. You hear that, man? 13 years old, man. A person like, and then we was a product of our environment, due to, broken homes. I'm glad our family is strong now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But when we was coming up, it was a little disorientated,
Sure. My mom was on drugs bad.
My mom and your mom.
Yeah, they best friends. Both TV on drugs.
So
it was rough for us.
That trickles down to the kids. Neglect of probably eating all 3 meals a day or wearing some clean clothes, and then we getting older, 13, 14. Man, I gotta go get it myself.
Yeah,
I can go ahead and go. Man, I ain't got nobody telling me I gotta be in it at a certain time. I'm out to. I'm doing it every day. I'm out to 9 tonight. Ain't nobody holler at me when I came in at 9. I'm going coming in at 10 tomorrow.
Well, weekend I'm going to 12.
Weekend I'm leaving Friday, coming back Monday. Man, but this leads to incarceration, man.
Yes.
You out there. We had no proper tools to guide us in life. So the proper tools that was for us, unfortunately, was the penitentiary. Yeah. Some people get that gun as a proper tool. Dead. So that really wasn't the proper tool that you was looking for. I'm glad that we home and we made it out and we doing something, man, that's different, man. Again, like I say, we're not promoting jail. I always say that to the audience, man. We're not promoting jail. We're just giving you graphic stories that's happening right now, man, right now in jail. So if you got loved ones in there, man, $30, $25, all of it count, man. That $25 will get you a bodyguard for the rest of your life. A person will come home from that incarceration and just love on you so much, whether you be a brother, a mother, a girlfriend, a son, daughter, whatever. That right there, man, like to go outside, because, like you said, you work. You got a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. You got bills. Yeah. You got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure you like going out on dates and stuff like that. That costs. Mm-hmm. But here it is. I'm squirreling away a little 30, 40 for you.
And I'm networking, going to different cities, having fun.
You know what I'm saying?
I can get up and go whenever I want.
Whenever you want, man.
I be trying to tell them that. I tell the youth that all the time. Yo, you don't gotta be in the streets to do that stuff.
Yeah, man. Like, it's bad, man, because when I was their age, and it was dudes like me that was been in jail and all that was talking like I'm talking now, and I was wondering like, that nigga scared to death. But they done cooked old head cookies. They done took old head up there all that time, man. He a bitch. Yeah. This was my mentality.
No, for real, it be like that.
And I'm like, man, I hope this drawing ass old head don't come around me. And I get it. I just wish I would have listened then, man. I wish I wouldn't listen then, and I wouldn't have to take the route that I took to get to the person I am today. And I still am a person in work because I get impatient about things, but never nothing to think that I'm going to go out there and cut a corner to go on the street that actually have a possibility of going back to jail. Only thing I'm mad at, I can't get that gun license. I'm so mad about that. Man, blew that for the rest of my life. But I don't understand how that works. Like, they should make a law to, like, if you could, because a gun is for protection, you and your family. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can see if you using it for robberies, then you out of pocket. But a gun, that's the Fifth Amendment? Yeah, the right to bear arms, every human being. Okay. I think they should change the law to a way to where, though, if you did 10 years, man, clear, you ain't getting no troubles, you off parole, 10 years after you get off parole or probation, whatever it was. 5. I can say, yeah, because older dudes like me, 10, I might be dead. You never know. But yeah, 5. 5, you don't have no runners, you can get you can get everything back reinstated to you, which though you can get your gun permit. That's what I think it should be. I don't think it should be just this callous and hard for a dude that courted, because you got dudes that catch convictions, man, like me. I did 21 years. Before I courted this violation, that'd have been like 25 years without no criminal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, after your incarceration, you get 5 to 10 years out in society to see how you adjusting, and you ain't getting in no trouble. I think you should be able to get everything back, man. But anything else you got to say, man? I know you up here, man. I know you got a lot to say, man. You just be trying to hold stuff a little episode and stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? But we got to get a woman up here to tell her side of what it's like for her.
Like looking out for the men in jail, or like being like a CO, like
CO too. But what it's like, because anybody that's doing they doing time. If a is rocking with you, they doing time. Especially a woman. Especially if she holding it down, she ain't out here for.
I got a good candidate too. She got like 5 husbands.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Wow, she's a great candidate. We getting her up here next jump.
We gotta get up here.
Oh man, next jump, man.
She got all their names tattooed, all types of wild stuff.
Everything tattooed. Oh, she love them. Oh, she one of them. She one of them. Mm-hmm. She one of them convict type women. Like, all right, yeah, like. She probably don't mess with rats or nothing.
Yeah, she ain't on that.
I already can see her. I see her makeup and she ain't even right here. Just hearing about her. Okay, shout out to whatever her name is. What's her
we can't say her name. We can't say
yeah, shout out to her, man.
When she come here, we go.
We gonna have another guest up here for y'all, man, to tell you how it is for a woman, because when a woman do time in jail with a man and she's holding it down, like, she's doing time also, man. She's holding up her life. She's just not in the actual prison.
Some ladies take time away from their kids and all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to see this boy. You only got one day off.
Yeah.
You spend that joint with your kids, you going to go visit this boy. That'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, but say that again, man.
You got to sit there and think about that.
I ain't even think about that.
They take time away from their kids to go see somebody in jail.
She doing time, man.
She going to got one Saturday off. She going to go visit this boy. He's 6 hours away. You got to get 5 o'clock in the morning, drive all the way up there, be up there by 11. Be up there for a couple of things.
Her drive back straight to work. She didn't even went to the crib yet. She got left out the motel, and she showered up and drove back straight to work.
Kids can't even call her because she in the visiting room.
Yeah, man.
Tell them they don't understand.
Yeah, man.
Because tell them they understand the secret.
Yeah, man. This is it. Yeah, man. This joint get crunchy, y'all. Y'all better listen up, man. Yeah, man, we out, man. Till next time, man. Tales from the jails. It's easy to go shoot somebody. He's sitting in the car talking to a girl. And you run up and creeped up the side of his car and shot 9 times and kept it pushing. Okay, all right, that's cool. And then you still got your man or whatever. But it's a whole different thing. You see your man sitting at a chow hall table with 3 or 4 of his homies, and they all, like you said, work out and look good and no homo, and they be on the yard. You going over there by yourself with that knife underneath your jacket on because you don't want to draw to the police what you ready to do, and then you ready to move on him. And then when you go on him that these other 3 dudes ain't going to sit there and let you do that. And you don't know who got a knife on over there. So that takes a lot more,
heart, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes coming in there, you don't got that, man.
Expose your business to millions of potential consumers and clients. If no one knows who you are, you don't make any money. Put your logo here. Add your business here. They say when you're green, you grow, but when you're ripe, you're rotten. That means those who aren't moving forward is standing still. Marketing is everything. Grow your business today. product placement, brand exposure, merchandise display. It's time to put your business and your brand in front of millions of potential clients. Call 267-534-5053. That's 267-534-5053. It's time to grow.